All right, so we just did number 1 together, and we said the center of the circle right in the middle is center G, and we also said that yes, it is important for us to use a capital letter to represent that G, because in the problem, looking at all those points, they are all represented by a capital letter. So if we're gonna say G, we have to say capital G. So that was just a quick recap. Now we're on to the second question. What is the diameter of circle G? So in this case, we are given a multiple choice, so we can answer A, B, C, or D. So a diameter, let me just remind you, is all the way across the circle. So which one of these lines goes all the way across the entire circle? Is it FA, FB, AF, GF?
Yeah. C.
All right. C, okay, good. So C says AF. I also have a, I was going to ask you this as a question, but I think I want to make the distinction that FA, it has arrows on the end, and arrows means it goes on forever. Because AF and FA technically could mean the same thing until you look at the line on top. FA's got arrows. Arrows means it goes on forever. But AF does not have arrows, which means it ends at A and it ends at F. So the one we want is AF. So good job. AF is choice C. So just put a C there. Okay, so we just did 2 problems. This one's a little bit trickier. So did you guys have any questions on it? Anybody?
Where are the arrows on FA?
It's really hard to see, but like when I zoom in, do you see how there's like a little bit of fuzziness on the corners of FA compared to like FB?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why when I saw that, I was like, that's a little weird, but yes, there are arrows there. Yeah. But that's why we're doing this together, right? So that you don't have to miss that just because it's so blurry. Oh wait, other questions? My bad.
Ms. J, can you repeat that one more time? My computer was lagging a bit.
Oh yeah, like the answer or just the fact that it has arrows? Which part? I think his computer's lagging still. Okay, I'll just go over the answer again. So the answer is C, to be to talk about the line AF, and it's AF because you want to start at A on a point A and you want to end on point F, and you want to like specifically end at those points that go across the entire circle and through the center. So that's the diameter. Starts at one end, goes through the center, and ends on the other end in a straight line. That's the diameter. So that would be AF. And the reason it's not FA is because FA, if you look really carefully, there's actually blurry little arrows on the ends of the line on top. And those arrows represent that it's a line that goes on forever. But for the diameter, you want to stop at the point. You don't want to keep going on. Otherwise, it's not the diameter anymore.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Okay, yes, you're welcome. I know internet sucks. I apologize because it could be my end. I don't know. Okay, let's see this problem. Number 3, use circle G to answer the following question. Name a radius of circle G. So a radius, according to our notes, starts at the center and ends on the outside. So which of these points? You guys can shout it out. I heard B, right? B stands for the line segment FG. Good. So F is on the outside of the circle, and G is the center of the circle. So if you connect the outside to the center, you get the radius. So the answer B is correct. Let's put B in there. Okay. So we got the radius of circle G is the line segment FG. F on the outside, G on the center. Okay. Any questions on this one?
I have a question.
Yes.
Why can't be GA if it's kind of the same thing?
G.
Like G,
Oh.
G
Oh,
and
wait. Okay. Yeah, it's the little arrows. Do you see on top of GA, there's a little fuzzy like arrows on the top of the line? I know it's so blurry, right? Can you see the little arrows almost?
yeah.
Yes. So just like for a diameter, you want the radius to start and stop at a point. You do not want it to keep going with arrows forever. So if there are arrows, it cannot be a radius, it cannot be a diameter. You can only have the line that starts and stops, a line segment. Versus GA, even though G is the center and A is on the outside, notice the GA line goes forever in both directions. So it doesn't start and stop. So it cannot be the radius. Good question. Good catch.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, let's go to this one. Use circle G to answer the following question. Which of the following is a chord in circle G? So remember, a chord starts on the outside and ends on the outside also. Does not touch the center. What do you guys think? Which one is it?
C.
I think I heard two different things.
D?
B says F, G, F.
No, D.
D, okay. D says F, B, and I also heard somebody say C. So you specifically want a chord to start on the outside of a circle and end on the outside of the circle. So take a look at FB. FB starts on F, which is on the outside of the circle, ends on B, which is on the outside of the circle. So FB starts and ends on the outside. That is what we want. So the answer is D. Okay. Any questions on that one? So I think I heard a C earlier. C has H in it. H is not on the outside of the circle. That's why it cannot be HL. Okay, let's do the next one, number 5. Use the circle G to answer the following question. Name the tangent of circle G. So remember, a tangent touches the circle one time.
A?
Yep, A. So A is the line CD, and the tangent point is D. It touches at point D. So if you take a look at CD, it touches the circle only one time. It's on the top left, in case you guys are wondering. It's really hard because I can't point at things right now, so I'm apologizing for that. But yes, the answer is A. Good job. Okay, any questions for that one? Okay. I know it's a lot of me talking and a lot of internet.
What was 4?
What was 4? Let me go up. Oops, sorry, I passed it. 4 was D because the line segment FB starts and ends on the outside of the circle.
All right, thank you.
Also, I forgot to ask. I missed number 1 as well.
Oh yeah, that's okay. I know internet connection sucks, right? Like I just had somebody join right now, so that means they like missed some stuff too. Luckily this is recorded, so you guys can also watch it if you like end up having a blackout, because that happens too. 1 is G because the center of the circle is named after, like, you just look at the very middle of the circle. What letter do they give us? They give us G. Also, circles are named after their center. So if I tell you circle G, the center is G. If I say circle O, the center is O.
So does the question kind of give away the answer a bit, because the center of circle G?
Yeah, in this case, it gave away the answer pretty much, yeah.
Oh. It's
I
kind
know
of
you're
funny.
probably thinking like, that's too easy. It can't be right, huh?
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Yeah. All right, number 6. What is the point of tangency of circle G? Okay, so where is that one spot where the tangent line touched the circle?
D.
Yes, D. Yeah, good job. D is where our tangent line touched our circle that one time. Okay, let's go on a little bit. Over here, use circle G to answer the following question. I should stop reading that. It's literally the same thing every single time. My throat's already hurting. Okay, what is the secant line of circle G? So remember, a secant line, it touches it not once, but twice. Which line goes through our circle twice and continues going with arrows at the end?
B.
Yes, B. B stands for the line BL. So starts on B, which is on the outside of the circle. L is also on the outside of the circle, and it's a line with arrows on it. Let me show you. You see those blurry arrows? That's an arrow. Those are arrows, okay? It goes on forever. So BL is our line with arrows on it that goes on forever, that touches our circle twice. So BL. Okay. Let's go on. Actually, I didn't ask for the last 2 questions, 6 and 7. Anybody have questions on those? Okay. Feel free to interrupt me because I know sometimes it lags. Okay, what type of arc is AB? So take a look at where A and B are. They're pretty close to each other. Would that be a major arc, a minor arc, or a semicircle?
Minor.
Minor, yes. Good, yes, minor. I heard like a few people try to participate. I appreciate you guys. It is indeed a minor arc. So all we have to do is put B because B stands for minor arc. It's a minor arc because it's, when you draw the curve between A and B, it's smaller than halfway across the circle. So since it is smaller than halfway across the circle, it is a minor arc. Let's do this one. What about A all the way to F, all the way to B? A, F, B.
Is it C?
Semicircle.
Major.
Okay, so I hear 2 different answers, right? I hear semicircle and major. Okay, so if you start at A and you go all the way to F, we are now halfway across the circle. But if you continue from F and you go all the way to B, then you have gone more than half of the circle and you've covered most of it, right? More than half. Is that okay so far, what I said?
Yes.
Okay. So if you go more than half, then that has to be a major arc. So I heard somebody say it now, and I know people were trying to say it earlier. It has to be a major arc because it's more than half. So semicircle is exactly half. Semicircle is if you go A all the way to F and you stop there. But here we went A, F, and then we continued all the way to B. So we went around the bottom, okay? A downwards all the way back up to F, and then continuing upwards all the way to B. So that would make it a major arc because we went more than half of the circle. Finally, we want A, B, F. So this time start from A, go to B, which is pretty close by, and then continue to F. A, B, F. So the top half.
Is it C?
Yes, it is C. Because we are tracing from A to B to F, we're doing the top half of the circle. Note that I said half. So halfway across the circle is C. Good. C for semicircle. Semicircle is a half. Do you guys have questions on the arcs? Okay, let's do, I think there's like 2 more questions. Use circle G to answer the following question. I said I wouldn't read that anymore, and I still did. Okay. Which of the following is a central angle? So remember, the word central angle has the word center in it. So it's an angle where the corner of the angle is in the center. So which of these 4 have has a corner, a vertex, in the center?
C.
D.
Honestly, B, C, and D sound so
F,
similar. I can't tell what you're
B,
saying. Which one?
Can you hear me?
Yes, a little bit. Yes.
It's because there's noise.
I think it's my internet.
B. Do I type
I think she's
it?
saying B.
It's
Oh,
because
okay.
there's noise outside.
The internet connection's so bad. I'm sorry. Let's see. So if you're saying B, then it's F, B, G.
Yeah.
F, B, G. Oh, okay. So FBG does include the center, but the corner, the middle letter, is not the center yet. We want the middle letter to be our center. And we want the middle letter to be our center because we want the corner of your angle to be the center.
Is it C?
Yes.
C then, right?
Yes. Okay. Yes, it is
Is
C.
it C?
It is C. Because the corner, which is the middle letter, is the center. So remember our center is G, because this is circle G, and we want the central angle to pass through the center in the vertex. We want the vertex to be the center. So that means we need our middle letter to be G. And so that's why it's BGA. Okay, let's see. Which one is an inscribed angle? So in this case, inscribed angle, according to our notes, we want the corner of our the corner of our angle, aka the vertex of our angle, to be on the outside of the circle. So which one of these has that?
B.
Yes, B would work because F is on the outside, G is on the outside. Oh no, sorry. F is on the outside, B is on the outside, and then G is just another letter. So yes. In fact, it's the only one of these four options where it's not a central angle. The rest, so letter A, letter choice A, letter choice C, and letter choice D are all central angles. You want me to go back to which one?
Just 11.
11, okay. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, so it's a central angle. I'll just recap. It's a central angle because the middle letter is the center letter.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
What was 7? Sorry.
It's okay, let's see. I know the internet's like terrible these days.
7 was B.
Yes, 7 is B because we want the secant line, and the secant line goes through the circle twice and it continues in both directions forever, so it's got to have arrows. So option B has arrows and it goes through the outside of a circle twice. Where were we? Let's see. Keep going. Okay. What is the measure of angle AF? Okay, so if you look at AF, that's halfway across the circle. How many degrees are in halfway across the circle?
180.
180, great. 180 degrees and halfway across the circle because the whole circle is 360.
What does the M stand for in 13?
Oh,
Like
M, yes, good question.
or the
M
M.
stands for measure. So the measure of angle AF, measure of arc AF, sorry. The curvy line says arc, and the M stands for measure. So we want, when I ask for the measure, we want like a number, like how many degrees was it? The measure of angle AF. And then we said 180. Also, I think I saw a question on the chat. It said, what was number 6? So let me go back. Okay, number 6 was what was the point of tangency of circle G? It's where the tangent line touches the circle once. So that's point D, okay? That's for you, Javier, I think it was, right? Okay, now back down, back down. Keep going. Okay, use circle G to answer the following question. What is the measure of angle BFA if the measure of angle AB is 40? So in this situation, we said the measure of arc AB is 40 degrees. So the little curvy part between A and B is 40 degrees. So the angle, the inscribed angle, should be half of that. What's half of 40?
20.
20. And it's 20 because according to our notes, that little corner of the angle of F, BFA, that has to be half of the arc measure, and the arc measure was 40. So half of 40 is 20. Let's do this one too. So what is the measure of angle BGA? So BGA, if the measure of arc AB is 40. So remember, this is a central angle now. Central angle and the arc are the same. So if the arc is 40, then the angle is also what?
40.
40, yes. So the measure of the central angle and the arc are the same. Let's scroll up.
What was 14?
14. So this is the measure of the inscribed angle compared to the arc, and it has to be half of it. So the inscribed angle is half of the arc, so half of 40 is 20. Okay. Now we're over here. What is the measure of an arc AB if the BFA angle was 40? So remember, the arc has to be double the inscribed angle. What is double of our inscribed angle? What's double of 40? Yeah, 80.
Bruh.
Are we on number 17 right now?
Oh, we're about to be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I know, I think everyone's internet's going a little bit like at different paces. It's a little bit hard to tell. I can understand. Okay. So for number 17, if FG is equal to 10, what is GA? So FG is one of the radiuses that they give us. So from the center to the outside is 10. So GA is from the center
5.
to the outside. Well, FG is one of the radiuses. GA is another radius. So if they're both the radius, they both have to be 10. So I think what you were thinking of when you said 5 was you thought FG was the diameter, right? But look at FG, where F is and where G is, that's a radius. So GA is also a radius. That means they're the same number.
Oh. Okay, got it.
Good, good, good. Okay, almost done. Look at the scrolling. We're like almost there now. Okay, if FA is equal to 10, so now we're talking about the diameter. FA is all the way across the circle. This is the diameter. If FA is 10, what is GA? What is our radius?
5.
Yes, half of that. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Nice. Okay, number 19 now. If measure of arc AB is 40 degrees, what is the measure of arc FB? Okay, so this is a little trickier, but measure of arc AB, that's the little portion, right? That's 40 degrees. And FB is going to help that 40 add up to 180. So 40 plus what equals 180?
Is it 140?
140. That's the letter. Why do you think I'm making them add to 140? Oh, sorry, why do you think I'm making them add to 180? My bad.
Because 180 is half of the circle.
Exactly. 180 is half of the circle, and if you put those two arcs together, you get half of the circle. Perfect. Okay, let's go to, is this our last one? Yes. Finally, right? Our last one. Okay. So if measure of angle AB, oh yeah. If measure of angle AB is 40, what is the measure of angle AFB? So remember, A to F is halfway around the circle already, which we just said halfway around the circle is 180. And then we also have to go from F to B, which we just said F to B was 140. So what we have to do in this last one is add together what is 180 plus 140.
Is it 360?
360 would be all the way around the circle, but we're not going all the way around the circle. We're going almost
200.
really close. Really, really close.
Is it 220?
It's close to 220.
300.
One of your numbers is off. It's actually 320 because when you add 140 plus 180, you get 320. I know what you did with the 220, right? You just added it plus 40 instead of plus 140, but it's okay. Really close.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's okay. Happens. Okay. All right, so once you guys are done with that, you can click submit. That took longer than I expected, honestly. Maybe I just go really slow. I apologize for that.
How did you do that last one?
This last one, okay, you know what? I'm gonna screenshot it. And then I'm gonna click on it, because now I can write on stuff, I think, if I do this. Can I write? Okay, so we said measure of angle AB. Oh, let me turn my pen. The measure of angle AB is 40. This is 40, right? We want to know the measure of angle, or arc AFB, sorry, I meant arc. A all the way to F, all the way to B. So I'm gonna just trace over this several times so it's like really dark. We want all of this, okay? This is my ugliest tracing ever. Okay. So we already know that from here to here, that's 180, right? And in the last problem, we figured out from here to here was how much? 140, right? So in order to get from A to F to B, you can just add A to F plus F to B. So we got 180 plus 140. And then that gives us 320.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Next time I'll do more screenshots. I think the screenshotting was made it a lot like more visual. Okay. Done. Okay, I'm gonna stop the recording now.